Hello there, all you bucket heads, and welcome to all you foundlings to another episode of the most disorganized podcast on the internet, the only podcast where you wonder, did our co-host just go to, or is he coming from the gym? You'll never know. Welcome to Under the Helmet Podcast. We are officially had to do some disposal work. They were taking out my trash, and I Spartan kicked one of them, and they were not happy about that. So, as you can see, that's why I have this big red mark up here, because I got backhanded by a clanker. Do not recommend. It hurts.
I have to ask. Now, when you got backhanded by a clanker, was this what type of droid are we looking at? I want to see just how much damage you were able to sustain with little more than a red mark.
It was a mouse droid.
Did it launch itself into your forehead?
Hey, listen, we saw the finale. Those mouse droids are ferocious, okay?
This is true. They'll turn on their little lights and then swarm around you angrily.
Yes, they attacked my ankles, and I fell. And I fell and I hit the ground. And when I hit the ground, they were hitting me on the ground, running into me with their little wee woo, wee woo, wee woos. And one of them,
Oh, well,
I'm not joking. The mouse droid stole my pants.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about your stolen pants. I'm sure we can look into some replacements for you. As Callahan has noticed, I am actually on vacation currently. I am taking myself a little galactic-wide tour that will be lasting through, from the rest of the month of April leading into June. With our this week, we're stopping over in Navarro. We have a couple of other locations set on our tour. Kind of a delightful little tour of the Outer Rim, so to speak. I'm here to speak with some foreign dignitaries about some business deals, and yeah, I'm pretty excited. Our final stop, I hear, is in. What'd you say?
I was gonna say you are indeed business.
Indeed, I am. Business is booming. But we're making a stop here in Navarro. I've heard this place is, really just popped up in the last couple of years. Apparently, the guy in charge, I think, is the magistrate. Or 1 sec, let me check high magistrate. Sorry, high magistrate. It sounds a little over the top to me too. But look, whatever these folks want to call him. He's a guy in charge. He seems to be doing really good things for the city. And now I did hear we're actually business. Here, let me just get my head down into my chest. Business is booming, Spider-Man.
Wait. While you're out there, make sure you can stop by the Enzellans, because I know some deadbeats out there that owe me.
I'll have to mark that down on our trip itinerary. I do see. I'm actually speaking. Once we make it to our last stop, I'm going to be taking a stop on the moon of Batu at a little place called Blackspire Outpost. I'm going to be speaking with a purveyor of rare antiquities. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but I'm interested. He said he's got, stuff the likes of which I've never seen before. Now, there ain't a lot in the galaxy that I've not seen, but hey, I'm interested.
I'm just saying, what I believe the mouse droids were sent by Doc Ondar, and that is why I don't have pants. He stole my pants.
Doc Ondar, I think that's the guy who I'm going to see out there. Hey, maybe I'll find your pants.
He owes me a lot of money.
All right. Well, I am, happy to be on here on stream with everybody, and we got some pretty big stuff to talk about as far as this Mando finale.
We do. But before we get into finale, I wanted something about the future for this channel. It's not just a Mando finale; it's also a finale for us. You want?
It is. So we understand that, for a while now, Under the Helmet has just become, and this is largely due to the sheer amount of content that we've had on Disney Plus. We've been doing Disney Plus Digest for a very long time. And, we really enjoy recapping these episodes and sharing our thoughts on the episodes. But we also want to do more, and ultimately sharing our thoughts on these episodes, we acknowledge, we can have that be its own section like news and rumors. And so for the time being, Disney Plus Digest, this will be the season finale. And then next week, we've got something coming up that, we'll be discussing later on. But we're hoping to branch things out and bring out more of us, so to speak. Because ultimately, there's loads of Star Wars podcasts out there.
Yeah, I
there is
agree.
only one Under the Helmet.
Yes, and I think for us to branch out and do some other things, because a lot of podcasts do this sort of recap episode thing, and that's fun, but it also is great just to be able to be a little more creative, and like we like doing our little skits and bits and stuff like that, and I feel like that's kind of more unique to us.
Yeah.
So I'd be very happy. I'm very happy for this opportunity to sort of branch out, get to flex those creative muscles a little bit.
Absolutely.
I've been misspeaking a lot today, so fair warning, it's going to be rough. I've misspoken multiple times today.
You're all good.
So,
you're all good.
Just remember that Galactic Basic is indeed my primary language, and I will be bad at it. Linux.
Shout out to we'll definitely have to have a stream upcoming where where we all speak the other intergalactic languages that we know. Dylan, how's your Shriwook?
Fair warning. I mean, hold on, I gotta take a big sippity sip.
All right, I'm excited for this. I've never heard you. That was good. Dylan, I never knew you felt that way. That was, that was a very emotionally heartfelt, praise of the stream, and everybody who watches it. We really do appreciate you guys. I don't know how many of you speak Shriwook to understand that. I could try it. I'm a little rusty, but I could try Geonosian. That might work.
Ew.
What'd you say?
Hit it.
All right.
What'd you call my mother?
You see, where Shriwook comes.
My mother?
Your mother's a very lovely woman, even though I have not met her. I'm sure she's delightful. You see, where Shriwook comes all from the chest, Geonosian comes almost entirely from the throat, as well as the soft palate, which is kind of having a rave the entire time.
I know some other Yes, I know some good throat languages. Someone even would call me the throat goat.
So how about that finale? Let's get into the non-spoilers. What did we think?
No, all right, non-spoilers. Everything I predicted was wrong, and I love it. That's my non-spoiler. Honestly,
I know
this was the best
Callahan.
possible finale we could have gotten.
Okay, I'm loving to hear it. I know Callahan got a lot of my finale predictions because we were talking, I think, night before. Oh, what do we think we're gonna get for Mando finale? What do you think we're gonna get for Mando finale? And I had this whole like drawn out list of thinking that the Mind Flayer was a Chekhov's gun, and they had put that in the season earlier, only to later have Din tortured with it. And I was like, oh, Din's gonna have his helmet removed again, which I thought was going to happen mainly because I'd heard the rumors that the reason that his helmet had been removed previously was so that he would be credited as an actor and not a voice actor.
He gets it this season.
What'd you say?
I thought for sure he's getting a voice actor pay this season. I thought we were going to get a Last of Us Part 2 where he gets beat with the Beskar Golf Club. That did not happen, so I was very happy. I thought Din was going to die. I thought either Din or Bo-Katan were going to die. So I am bold enough to post my L's publicly. I will talk about what I put as my predictions for this finale. I'm not afraid to put that out there. I'll publicly post my L's. So because we did a post on our page, and we got some comments from us, and we got some from the 1313 podcast.
Okay.
Shout out. I will read the one. Let me real quick. Hold on. Struggling tonight. Yeah. So put out who's ready for the Mandalorian season 3 finale tomorrow. Let us know your theories in the comments. See who's right. I put my top 5 predictions in no particular order. I put Thrawn was going to appear. Axe Woves and or Casca Reeves are revealed to the spy. Din gets tortured by Moff Gideon to find out where Luke Skywalker is. Bo-Katan dies fighting Moff Gideon. Boba Fett appears.
Amazing.
I was wrong on
everything you just said was wrong.
0 for 5. 1313 said Thrawn shows up and eats Grogu, which honestly was very, very heartwarming. That Grogu gave him heartburn and he spit him back up. Can't kill off the little cash cow, the little merchant boy.
I do think it's interesting because I think a lot of people put Thrawn, and I don't know that they would have if we hadn't seen him in the Ahsoka trailer. I think if we hadn't seen him in the Ahsoka trailer, a lot more people would have thought that they would have saved him for Ahsoka. Which is ultimately, what they're doing.
Very clever misdirection on their part.
It was a delightful red herring.
I think
also...
Yes, absolutely. The same with The Spy. The title being The Spy. We speculated for a whole week. And, I would like to take this moment to formally apologize to the Armorer, Axe Wolves, and Casca Reeves, because I was like, all of you are sus. As you can tell, I was very bad at Among Us. I
would like to take a moment. I would like to take a moment to formally apologize to the Armorer, as I had suspected that they would be the villain the entire season. And I was proven so very wrong. And I would also like to say, Emily Swallow, if you're watching this, Thank you for signing my chest plate. That was really freaking cool. And you are still, to this day, the only celebrity autograph that I have. So that holds a very special place in my heart.
Also, did you see?
I'm sorry, I
she
thought
went
you'd be
around
the
one
villain.
con Apparently, she went around a con dressed as the armor and was like meeting people and like talking to them and stuff. I think it was Fan Expo or something like that. It was really cool.
That's
clips of it
so
on TikTok.
cool.
But yes, so if I will say, I'm happy a lot of my theories were wrong because it felt like a lot of them were like the safest option theory wise, and the only thing I was even close to getting right was that Bo-Katan fought Moff Gideon.
That one's true. Yeah. Now, Bo-Katan did not fight Moff Gideon alone.
No, because Mandalorian destroyed it. What happened? Bombshell from this episode.
I also want to take a moment.
When you're ready.
I think we can safely. Sorry, you cut out again. What was that? What am I ready for?
I said I'm ready to talk things.
Okay, you cut again. Did you say you're ready to talk spoilers?
We have nothing else on.
I'm going to swap us over to spoilers. I think that's what Dylan's trying to communicate, and
I would like.
Okay.
I literally have just this game. So, fuck you.
Oh.
I want to talk about how. Hello.
Hello. There, dude.
You there? Hello. Hello.
I can hear you. Your face is not moving. Okay. There we go. There we go.
Shitting me, man. I got nothing else to the Wi-Fi. This is bullshit. Anyway.
Oh, hey, you're back.
I want to talk about. Yeah, this is bullshit. I'm so pissed. Anyways, I want to talk about the Darksaber and how.
Yeah.
So, number one, anybody online who is like, "Oh, we can just break pure Beskar now." First off, it was never once stated that the Darksaber was pure Beskar. Because the only way it was described was in Book of Boba Fett as a quality of Beskar I have never seen. A unique quality of Beskar. Not pure Beskar, because Din Djarin knows what pure Beskar. Because he wears it.
Yeah.
Din Djarin's armor is pure Beskar. The Darksaber is not pure Beskar. So anybody who's like, we can just snap pure Beskar now. First off, how the fuck do you think it gets molded? Okay? So let's just put that out there. It's not pure Beskar. It's made of a unique quality of Beskar. That is the direct quote from the source. I went and looked it up.
Okay.
But the Darksaber itself is not pure Beskar. So put that out there. Second off, you can clearly hear Moff Gideon is using enhancements in his suit. You can hear the mechanic hydraulics going as he snaps it.
You can hear them actually the entire time. I wondered how much of him has been cybernetically enhanced.
Armor. It's almost like he's wearing power armor. And we've seen Beskar get dented before, a.k.a. Boba Fett's helmet. We've also seen that the Dark Troopers pack a punch. They've got strength to them. Because if this is upgraded Dark Trooper armor, which we saw in Season 2, we saw how powerful the Dark Troopers armor is. And one of them smacked Din around like crazy. So the fact that people are like upset that he broke the Darksaber, no, you're wrong. Now, I was shocked that it got destroyed,
Mm-hmm.
but honestly, I think it makes sense because the Darksaber has always been this sort of magical MacGuffin that has
Mm-hmm.
to that brings the Mandalorian together, but has only ever been used divisively.
Yeah.
When Pre Vizsla has it, he used it to divide. When Maul had it, he used it to divide. Bo-Katan's Mandalorians fell apart because she gave it to Gideon, dividing the Mandalorians yet again. So the Children of the Watch don't care about the Darksaber. They stopped following the Darksaber's rule. So that leads me to believe that the Darksaber is one of those things that, like, yeah, if you have it, cool, but like there's more to being a Mandalorian than that. And the whole theme, and they say it in this episode, Mandalorians are stronger together. It's demonstrated by all the clans and factions working together, and they trash the Empire. They don't need an old sword to lead their people with. So while I'm very upset that it got destroyed because I wanted a NeoPixel Darksaber, I think that was probably one of the best things they could have done to show that getting rid of the old and coming in with the new age of Mandalore.
I like that.
So I thought that was pretty good. And it's not pure Beskar, so Gideon breaking it does not break canon. But like Beskar has never been shown to be unbreakable. It's been shown to be strong, but it's not shown to be unbreakable.
True. It's very true.
There is no metal in Star Wars that is unbreakable.
If you get a big enough super laser, it'll break just about anything, even Alderaan.
True, but that's again, it's unbreakable in Star Wars.
Yeah,
and the breaking. It was also done to show the power of Gideon and the power of his armor.
Right.
So it's the same thing like in Marvel Comics when Captain America's shield gets broken. It's to show how powerful and overpowering the foe is fighting them alone. But when do they start beating Gideon? No matter how skilled of warriors they are, it takes Din, Bo-Katan, and Grogu together to defeat him.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, they jumped his ass.
Oh yeah. It
was catching a fade.
It was kind of giving me vibes of the moment in Civil War when Bucky and Cap have Iron Man in the
back.
Yeah, it was giving me vibes of that, and in the best way. In the best way.
I also love that Bo and Din go to Grogu when the fire's coming down. I thought that was really great. But also, I will say all of the fan theories about this episode of like who's the traitor, this and that for the finale.
Mm-hmm.
I did think those were all really cool because it added a level of suspense watching it.
It did. I liked that.
Because, so here's the thing. There is a way to speculate responsibly. And I think this episode very much suffered from people speculating irresponsibly. And here's the way I look at it. If it was revealed that Axe Woves was the villain and Din Djarin got, Winter Soldier brainwashed, it would be cool. But it would by no means, it would be cool, but like everybody knows knew it was gonna happen. So his armor, I'm going with the whole nobody, no death. No, he got incinerated. He did.
I think Gideon might have been set to well done. I do think Gideon did get extra crispy.
I think he's dead. I think he got deep fried.
Now,
I think he's done.
Dead. That being said, cloning does bring up possibility for Gideon like it did for Palpatine. I mean,
Somehow Gideon returned.
it's very possible because this is not the first of Gideon's bases with clones. This is just the first one in which he was successful.
I think he's dead. I want him to be dead, personally.
Yeah. Well, you
I
also
personally
hate
want
characters returning from death, so there is that.
Without good reason. Without good reason, absolutely. And I think Gideon's death is good, and it's good for the story of Din. It's good for the story of Grogu. It's good for the story of Mandalore. It's good for all three of them, and bringing him back would sort of cheapen that. You know, it's the Dark Empire thing where like Palpatine comes back just to lose again. Same with Rise of the Skywalker. I'm not a fan, you know.
Okay, I gotcha.
Is not, so there'd be no way for him to prove his goodness.
True, this is true. Gideon is not force sensitive.
I like Gideon. I'm not
I do.
They all die.
I do really like with Gideon making those clones and implying that these clones are force sensitive. I love that implies that the tech is there by even, just I think we're at 7-9 years following Return of the Jedi.
I don't even think it's that long. I think it's like 5 to 6.
Well, because it's 5 years when Mando starts. Mm-hmm. And then I know that we have the confirmed 2-year time gap from Book of Boba Fett to season 3. Now season 1 to 2 and 2 to Book of Boba Fett. Or not 2 to Book of Boba Fett, but season 2 to Book of Boba Fett, we have a 2-year time gap. That's confirmed. Everything else
is the timeline is a little silly and goofy. The timeline is just silly and goofy and whimsical and fun. Who knows what's going on and when? Got a little that he.
I would like to know what's going on. Currently, the best that I have timeline news is that the movie where we finally get back the Queen, Daisy Ridley, is 15 years following Rise of Skywalker. That is what
and that's all we need. That's all we need to worry about. We don't need anything.
We don't need anything else. We're not gonna get it. I'm just a very pained dungeon master looking for a crumb of a timeline.
Spare timeline. Spare timeline.
Spare timeline details. Spare timeline.
No, not for you. Anyways, I want to talk about how we see the Mandalorians that lived on the planet. We're replaying it.
Mm-hmm.
We're like starting to bring the planet back to life.
The fact that it's like it's able to sustain crop life, and I love that. There, it's possible. It's returning. So I'm happy.
I'll tell you what. One thing that at first I wasn't the biggest fan of, but have grown to like, is the Mandalorians flying in space. I did not like first, but there is a throwaway line in the episode where Din goes. I think the one where Din goes to Mandalore, and he talks about fully pressurizing his suit so it's insulated.
Oh, so it is possible. Okay.
So it is possible. At first, like, that's kind of goofy, but like, I suspend my disbelief because, like, he flew fast, and like, space in Star Wars is not like insta death. We saw this in Last Jedi with Super Leia. We saw it in Rebels with Kanan, but we've only ever seen like Force sensitives do it. Okay, Callahan said this is a plot hole. Go back to the episode. Mandalorian jetpacks have a
This
limited
is
fuel.
true.
Yeah, I was wondering that, but like maybe they just topped it off. Who knows?
So in my mind, in the episode where they weren't able to go after the whatever that beast was, that attack, they were not prepared for it. They potentially don't just always sit around with their jetpacks fully fueled, because you have to imagine fuel is not weightless. Their armor is not weightless, and a jetpack on your back is going to weigh a lot more when it's got fuel in it. I know this because I used to fuel planes, and that stuff is heavy.
It is.
1 gallon of jet fuel alone is 6.7 pounds.
He had family. How did Axel get all the way from the cave to space? So I was wondering, bro was cooking. Bro really, I like to think he goes by the Battlefront 2 rules. He put on his radar thing and was just cooking, like flying as high as he could. He was specifically timing his ability so he didn't run out of jet fuel.
Not bad. I also think that with this...
Go ahead.
With this being a premeditated attack, they knew that they were going to need their jetpack fuel, so he just fueled up beforehand and had enough.
Mm-hmm.
We also don't know how large Mandalore is in comparison to Earth. Here, yes, it takes a lot to get to our atmosphere. Mandalore is a lot smaller than Earth. It'll have a lot smaller distance from, ground to atmosphere.
Also, there is a chance that Mandalore doesn't have... Well, Mandalore has a atmosphere, but not much of an atmosphere, considering all the years of war. It's probably just now getting its, like, ozone layer back. So...
Very possible.
Because people can live outside of the dome cities. Because you have to think,
True.
in Clone Wars, they could not live outside of the dome cities.
Right. That's true.
But in Rebels, they could.
True.
So,
and by the time of The Mandalorian, it can sustain plant life. Now, under the surface, but plant life. Wait a second. Mandalorians are going to become space dwarves.
yes.
Diggy, diggy, hole. Diggy, diggy, hole.
Do with that information as you will. But I will say probably, yeah, I honestly thought Axe Wolves was going to be a traitor. So the whole time of him like running onto the ship and like getting everybody out and all that, I was like, oh my God, he's going to like pull the like evil mustache twirler of like, and now the ship is mine. And like the TIE interceptors and stuff come in and they just like land. And he's like, hey guys, what's up? Wrong. Axe Wolves, I apologize profusely. I thought you were a traitor because you got your ass beat twice. We're not even going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about the fact that you got dogged on 2 episodes in a row. You redeemed yourself, bro.
I thought he was going to die.
Learn how to fight. Redeemed yourself. I thought honestly, I thought it was really funny how he said, you know what, we just gonna crash the shit. Also, I will say there is one scene that's particularly really funny. The scene with like all the Mandalorian ships descending into the storm, and seconds later all the TIE fighters come up. I thought that scene was kind of funny.
They didn't see him.
And I mean, people are saying that that's a plot hole. But I will say, we have been shown multiple times that that storm is very thick and highly disorienting. And
you can't see shit.
Crashed in midair before because they couldn't see each other until the moment of impact. So I'm just saying there is plausibility that could have been the case. So I don't consider that a flaw. I thought it was funny.
I'm surprised we didn't lose a ship to the TIEs. Like, when you put this many objects,
the only thing they lost was the light cruiser.
Yeah, definitely a minor loss. Their major flagship of their fleet.
Also, the shot was flying in front of that was cool. That was really cool. I will say that was all. This whole episode was really fun. It was a very fun finale.
I really
it is
love
truly the best
the
timeline.
way.
Also,
Sorry, I love the way that they drop out of gauntlets. That's so stinking cool. Like every time they do it, I'll see it and I'll be like, and I'm like,
they did the thing.
They're doing the thing. They're doing the thing. Gabby, they're doing the thing. And she won't actually be there because she's at work when I'm watching Mando. But you know,
I think probably one of my favorite scenes in this episode that really shows how much of a juggernaut Din Djarin is him going with the deactivate the bars one at a time.
Yes,
that was
cool.
That was
loved that. Oh, that was so good. And how
that
each
was so
time
cool.
he gets
man was fighting for his life. When he went for that first gun and it got knocked off the thing, you could like feel him. He was fighting, but like Mando got a hallway. Yes, Mando did in fact get a hallway scene.
We got a hallway scene.
Good for him. Good for him.
You know it's going to be the hallway scenes that always hit. It's Star Wars. We love our hallways.
Also, I was terrified. I think the most scared I was in this episode was when Din was fighting Gideon and the Praetorian Guard showed up.
Yep.
Stress level top 10.
Top 10 most stressful moments of my life.
Top 10 most stressful anime scenes. I was sitting in my chair like, headphone warning. No. Wait.
They're such an imposing force. I loved it.
They are. When they pulled up, I was like, no, you don't respect the 1v1.
No, Gideon doesn't respect
shit. Drop his ass. You know. It is the rules for thee and not for me. Man, you don't respect the 1v1. A few minutes later when they're all fighting Gideon. Yeah, jump his ass. Get his bitch ass. Balance.
Gideon did not respect the 1v1, and thus we will not respect the 1v1 with Gideon.
That is, you know what? You got a point. Also, when he took out IG-12, I was like, oh no, Grogu's gonna die.
We had a moment where I was like, how many people are making it out of this? Like,
oh damn, everyone's dying.
Oh god damn. Oh
we got the best ending. Where the only people that died were Gideon, the Praetorian Guards. Also, they're saying that Gideon's death was a Breaking Bad reference. I don't know how I feel about that. I haven't seen Breaking Bad. Bro,
I haven't seen Breaking Bad. He really did just kind of stand there and then like stick his arms out. My arms disappear when I stick them out.
He said, you know what? If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die flexing on him. He was hitting that lat spread. That he really thought he was him. But I will say the ending of this episode was great. We got nothing but happy endings. We got a new marshal for Navarro, IG-11.
Yeah.
Din and Grogu with their own little place. Also, that little thing at the end, the little where the screen fades to black and it just shows the little circle.
Yeah, the little dot.
I thought for sure for a brief moment, I thought we were gonna get Bugs Bunny up and out and be like that. I thought we were gonna get that, and I was gonna laugh.
It was
so hard.
It continued.
Perfect thing in the season.
It continued one of my favorite trends, which is Star Wars using PowerPoint transitions.
Exactly. I mean, George Lucas pioneered it in the OT.
Yeah, I mean, that's some shit that we've seen all the way back to the original trilogy. We've seen it in the prequel trilogy. It wasn't as prominent in the sequels, but they were doing their own thing. They wanted to be very, very cinematic with it. And Favreau and Filoni were like, what if we give them the goofiest little Looney Tunes transition for the...
I will say, and when I make PowerPoints, I use those exact same transitions. And for years, I had no self-awareness as to why I did it. And now I know.
You were making Star Wars references without making Star Wars.
My brain is so big, I don't even have to use it. Tism superpowers.
I think this season leaves us in a very good place for honestly everybody involved. Navarro's got a new marshal. Grief Karga is high magistrate. Sorry. Bo-Katan is leading the people of Mandalore. The Great Forge has been recaptured. Mandalore has a capital. Mandalore is a sovereign planet. Din and Grogu have a patch of land on Navarro and are taking jobs on a case-by-case basis from the New Republic. We have a wonderful conclusion to our D&D campaign. I do want to say
we got to see Dave Filoni again. We did not see Gareth Zabarellios. So little tear for that. But I want to comment on one more fan theory before we on this episode, because I don't really have much else to say.
Okay.
So in that scene, there is in that scene at the bar at the cantina, there is a stormtrooper helmet with 3 claw marks across the face. And it's super yellowed and nasty looking, and people are saying, because Star Wars fans love to fucking chirp, that it is proof of Project Blackwing. For those of you who are unaware and have not read the book Death Troopers, Project Blackwing is basically Imperial zombies.
Oh.
As a hardcore fan of that book, shut the fuck up. It is not Project Blackwing. It is just a fucking helmet. Do you know how many species in the galaxy have claws? You know how many fucking animals have fucking claws? It's like, oh my god, it's the zombies because it's yellow and it's got claw marks, bro. No, first off, the Death Trooper helmet, there's no mouth on the Death Trooper, the Blackwing zombie helmets. You know why? Because they claw the mouth off so they can eat. They would not like gash down the side of the face for funsies. No, you guys are dumb. Shut the fuck up.
Under the Helmet would also like to clarify that Dylan has a crippling fear of zombies.
Yes.
Okay. Would we like to move into news and rumors?
They're in my walls. I didn't get a chance to make water tonight, so this is pre-workout. So that might be an answer to the question I put.
Oh god. Okay.
I'm getting better and more animated in a moment. I'm gonna be fine. Anyway,
before
news and rumors,
Dylan ascends into the ceiling, we're gonna move to news and rumors.
Oh wait, I'm not wearing pants.
Oh, Dylan!
My lawyer has advised me to not finish that bit.
Okay, let's see. Let me just double check and make sure we're up to date on news and rumors.
Shout out to Year 15, and also we didn't talk about the most important part.
What's that?
Din Djarin officially adopted Grogu.
Yes, and he's now Din Grogu, which means that wasn't his first name.
I thought his name was always Din Djarin. So yeah, apparently he is Din Grogu. So that means that his name, and Din is his last name. So I guess now all the Mandalorians that like Kavaro McGregor, I can use Kavaro now.
Now, correction. That is Sir Din Grogu to you. He is a knight of Plaisir 15.
You know what? I was gonna say that. I was gonna fucking say that, man. Sir Din Grogu of Mandalore.
There we go.
Also, he didn't say his first word. He didn't say his first words of the season, so that was a prediction that a lot of people were having, that Grogu was going to talk, and he didn't.
He did not. I'm okay with it.
Prediction, which I will say, I'm very happy that a lot of my predictions for the season turned out to be very, very wrong. I'm very happy when I don't know what's going to happen in a show or a movie, so I very much enjoyed that. But anyways, news and rumor time. Also, I will say, happy. Tomorrow's a holiday. You know what holiday tomorrow is? It's a National Surprise Drug Test Day.
Oh, interesting. I was not aware of that.
You know what? You know what today is, right?
Oh, I know what today is.
It's 420.
I know
it's 420.
Under the Humble Podcast does not condone the use of illegal substances. Please don't do cocaine. Cocaine ruin your brain.
But also, like, if they're legal within your area, use them responsibly.
Well, yeah.
All right. Let's see. Oh, so we all know that Dave Filoni is making a Mandoverse movie. And we're evidently eyeing a 2026 release date for it.
I'm so excited.
I have a reported timeline of what Phase 6 of the MCU will look like.
Do tell.
So reportedly, and this is very small because it's on my data pad, Phase 6 will be Wonder Man, Vision Quest, Shang-Chi the Wreckage of Time, Armor Wars. Title on that is still pending. I've heard it's being changed. Deadpool 3, Moon Knight Phase 2, Fantastic Four, Avengers the Kang Dynasty, Thor the Legend of Hercules, Doctor Strange Incursion, The Midnight Angels, and Phase 6 would be finished with Secret Wars.
I'm very interested in this because when it comes to like some of those, like, is Chris Hemsworth going to come for Thor? Because he said he was going to be taking a break from acting. So it's very interesting to see what that plan is. Also, in other Marvel news, semi-related, Jonathan Majors' PR team has dumped him as a client.
I saw that. And I think his manager did too.
Damn,
and Marvel has not released any updated information as far as changes to Mr. Majors' casting as Kang the Conqueror.
So, I do have a little thought on this.
Okay.
So first off, two things can be true at once. Okay, let's use our adult brains here. Two things can be true at once. Jonathan Majors did terrible things. Don't domestically abuse people. Don't beat the fuck out of people. That's bad. Okay? That is true. But also, that fucking Mel Gibson, Gary Busey, Ezra fucking Miller, and so many other shitbags in Hollywood have careers, and Jonathan Majors is getting thrown under the bus. It's a little fucked up. Like,
if you're gonna go for one, you got to go for all of them.
Well, and I hate to be that guy. But there is a difference between Jonathan Majors and the other people I just named, and you can guess what they are. And you can guess what it is. Several of them are Casper the Friendly Ghost colored, and Jonathan Majors is not. So there is a certain level of double standard there. And I'm just saying, don't do crime. Don't beat people. But also, be fucking for real. The fact that Ezra Miller still has a career for fuck, and again, the Jonathan Major story is still developing. But the fact that your PR firm dumps you, like, how the fuck does Ezra Miller's PR firm not dump their ass, but fucking Jonathan Major's team does? It's very interesting.
I don't think they could find him to dump him. What'd you say?
They got that Marvel money. These aren't some slouch PR firm. They got that Marvel. They got the best of the best. So, if they do recast Jonathan Majors as Kang, I completely understand that. You should not. Domestic abuse and violence is fucked up. You should not do that. But the fact that we've got NFL players that have gigantic careers and have done more or less the same thing that he's done. I mean, to be fair, we could also look at some of the politicians in this country.
I think those are the people we should be looking at the most.
Run for office from jail. I agree, but also, So, society. Do better. We gotta do better.
Note.
We gotta do better in
that. Actually, no. If we're gonna have negative notes, I'm gonna keep continuing with the negative totes. Reportedly, the U.S. government wasted an estimated $247 billion of taxpayer dollars in 2022 due to simple errors. And this was an analysis found by the Government Accountability Office, which is a nonpartisan government agency that audits the federal government.
So, not to sound apathetic, but it's the U.S. government. They're kind of look up Congression. Look how much members of Congress are up, how much they spend pens. I'm not shocked at all by this. U.S. government. You won't. But do that.
All right. I'm going to speed run this last bit of info because my computer's starting to die. Okay. Daniel RPK has backed up claims that Eldon Henson will return as Foggy Nelson in Born Again. That is, I repeat, will return as Foggy Nelson. Reportedly, both Daisy Johnson and Elena Rodriguez will appear in Armor Wars, and both will be part of the Secret Warriors. Yuri Lowenthal has confirmed during a Reddit Q&A that he has finished his voice lines for Insomniac Spider-Man 2, has finished doing motion capture for Spider-Man 2, and basically he had a big old AMA on Reddit. This is apparently a fairly common thing for Spider-Man to do, because we had one of these for Tobey Maguire. Adam Driver is reportedly in talks to play Reed Richards for Fantastic Four, but we've seen that for a while. Some of the biggest news, though, Superman Legacy has officially entered pre-production, which means it's very possible we're getting a casting announcement soon, as well as we are getting a total of 5 Spider-Man movies on Disney Plus, including but not limited to Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, The Amazing Spider-Man, and the one that I honestly did not expect is Spider-Man Homecoming is coming to Disney Plus. And I'm very excited about this. Do we have anything more that we wish to say before we wrap things up?
Yeah, I saw you talk about. I heard you mention Adam Driver is in all talks to play Richards.
Mm-hmm.
That was only those 5. Hey, James Gunn. I'm just gonna. Consider this my interview. If you were gonna CGI Chris Pratt, give me that secret sauce, baby. I'm in. Also, I can do the Christopher Reeve. Look, I can do the Clark Kent and then the.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna
Just
wrap
saying,
things
James
up
Gunn, hit my line. DM me on Insta.
because I do have 10% battery on my laptop. But thank you to everyone for coming out.
We're gonna nail it.
We appreciate you coming out for the
With
stream.
that being said, I'll want me to do the outro.
You can do the outro. You can do the outro.
Well, with that being said, thank you for joining another episode of the most organized and Wi-Fi star podcast on the internet. Thank you for joining Under the Helmet podcast. Since you made it to the end of the video, it only makes sense that you leave us a like, leave a comment down below if you're watching a post show. Leave a comment down below. Subscribe to Under the Helmet podcast on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. Join that Discord. You already know. With that being said, have a good night. This is the way. And we will see you the next time we go Under the Helmet. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Have a good night, everyone.
Bye. Where will Eli be next time? Tune in to find out.
All right. Stream's wrapped up. So. All right. Well, I will see you next time, dude. It was a good time. All right. Give me 1 second here. Gotta find it. Greetings, members of the Shadow Council. I have long awaited our meeting and will soon be arriving at Blackspire Outpost on Batu. I look forward to seeing you there. Oh God, it's still running.